When it comes to the science of dreaming, when we dream, we know that we actually enter into a different world. We enter into a different state, a different alteration of consciousness. Because all too many times, people, when they have a dream, they're like, "Oh, that was, it was just a dream." Well, then Biggie also said it was just a dream, and the whole song of Juicy, he's literally talking about how he's living his reality of his dream. So even when we think about the concept of dreaming, even Martin Luther King had a dream, and he made such a profound effect on the rest of the world with this quote-unquote dream that he had, that many, even though yes, we're still fighting for rights and equality, but many of his goals and aspirations actually came into fruition, even beyond his existence here. May he rise in power. Now, we tap into the dream realm. Some people, they like to take dreams and they like to say, "Oh, well, that's just a dream." Well, dreams, they happen to you. They're your experience.
You're actually in the middle of the workshop right now.
We gauge real life upon what? Upon what happens physically, but what about what happens mentally? What about what happens spiritually and emotionally? And the dream realm is just one of those things. If it happens to you, then it is your conscious experience. If you went there while you were sleeping, you were there. That's how we coming. If you went there mentally, an aspect of you was there. Was you there in physical form? No. But it depends on if you want to physicalize it, or if it even matters to you if it physicalizes. Your experiences are not necessarily limited to your physical experiences. That's not how we work. I know specifically in slavery, once you take away somebody's spiritual inclination or their culture, whatever it is, part of this slavery is making people think that here, where their physical body is, was the only place that they can go. But when you close your eyes, there's a million worlds. Now, granted, there are some actual physical places that you have to go. Like, for instance, you have to physically be at work. Like, you can't just be like, I was mentally at work and, or like as a Muslim, you have to go to Mecca. You have to physically go. There's certain things that are required in the physical dimension. However, the point of this video is to remind people that physicality is not the only mode of travel. It's not the only way that travel is allowed. You are not just a dense being. You are metaphysical. To be a human being doesn't just mean that you have a physical body. It also means that you have a spirit as well. You have spirit and body. Even the mind is at a spiritual plane. It's vibrating at a frequency that nobody can see. And also, if you want to travel, through these realms, through the dream realms, to the realms of the mind and the esoteric and things of that nature, you also need to know how to get back. And generally, what I recommend personally is having a guide, finding a spiritual guide that is licensed in your specific spiritual modality, whatever it is. Also, kind of having something that tethers you to earth. So that may be your routines, that may be your affirmations, that may be whatever your practices are, and the things that remind you of who you are in this world. Those things must come with you, because there will be your portals and gateways back home if you ever get lost in the sauce. The people that get lost in the sauce, we call them what? We call them crazy. But as the Sheikh says, that there is a difference between someone who is spiritually crazy and someone who is mentally crazy, but the people of the world don't know the difference. Some people, we may see them as physically crazy, but what's really happening is that they actually are bound in the spirit realm and lost their way back. So this is why if you're even going to get into that, because some people, it just happens naturally and it keeps happening, but if you're going to get to that, you're going to need some sort of totem to bring you back so that you're okay in the end, because you can function as both. You function as a human being, but you also function as a traveler of different worlds and experiences. And what are some portals that can allow us to get to some of these worlds? Well, our five senses help us. Visual things can help us get there. Smells can help us get to certain memories or time spaces and loops and things like that. Anything really can serve as a portal, because what you look at gets bigger. It's just a reminder, y'all. I just want to give y'all a reminder to wake up and come closer to understanding your interdimensionality and your omnipresence. Assalamu alaikum.